is going to be completely wrong. But here's the thing. I'm going to give them with the same unbothered 100% confidence. So you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, so answer 1. Yes, you can vote in the state of Georgia with your student ID. Okay? All right, answer 2. No, you cannot vote in the state of Georgia with your student ID. Same tone, same confidence, and here you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is the core problem with AI today, because it will not blush when it's lying straight to your face. It doesn't hesitate, it doesn't even stop to say, hey, I am totally making this information up to you right now. Now imagine, you're a first-time voter, you're a youth voter, and tomorrow is election day. You're excited, you're a little bit nervous, and you're just wondering, which ID can you bring to the polls? You do not need an AI that is smart, you need an AI that will give you the right answer. And that is exactly what led me to my research today. My name is Sayna, Kaushik, and I developed the CivicAI-Eval Framework to answer a question that's staring all of us right in the face. Can AI trustworthily navigate us through our very complex democratic process? Now, I want you to think back to the last time you had to ask AI kind of a ridiculous question. I'll go first. The last question I asked AI is it okay to put an aluminum foil inside of an air fryer? Now see, if AI gets that question wrong, at most I have fully ruined dinner for my entire family, or I set off a smoke detector. Now see, if AI gets that question wrong for election information, we have eligible voters being turned away from the polls for having the incorrect registration deadline, wrong polling location, or even wrong ID. Now see, many first-time voters and youth voters are seen as lazy or uninterested in the democratic process. But this could not be further from the truth. Many students are actually confused by all this local government red tape. So students are running towards AI to get their questions answered. Instead of digging through a 1990s-style government website, we need to make sure that our AI is not hallucinating their rights. Now, I naturally assume that there's already a test or a framework for this already out there, because a lot of AI frameworks can already be testing coding, mathematics, or even logic puzzles. But when I set out to find academic literature on this, I could not find a single thing. We have tests to see how smart AI is in taking an exam, but we don't see how safe, reliable, or trustworthy it is for our public. So naturally, I did the next best thing. I developed BallotBuddy this past December, which is powered by ChatGPT's LLM. Anybody can go in here and ask their questions in the chatbot and get a conversational response back. I was riding such a high. People love talking to this chatbot. I felt like a CivicAI superhero because I felt like I solved one of the biggest problems. Until my professor, Dr. Evans, brought me back down to earth and was like, Sayna, how do you actually prove that this is giving good information? Now, see, I was beat because I thought building the chatbot everything, that was the exciting part. But proving that it's giving good information and that students can actually trust their democratic voice with it, that's where the tricky work began. So I felt like this research needed a little bit of competition. So I created VoterLens, which uses Anthropic's Claude model this past summer. Now see, I want to make this completely clear. There's no corporate rivalry here. I do not want to be sued this summer. I am not team ChatGPT. I'm not team Anthropic. I'm on the side of good civic AI information. Now, when you think of testing AI, you probably would go something like this. If AI gives the correct answer, you'd give it an A+. If it gives the wrong answer, you'd give it an F. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. Let's say an AI tells you the correct answer and the correct polling location, but it neglects to tell you that polling location is actually closing early today. We need to make sure that it's clear, reliable, and safe. And that's why I created the CivicAI-Eval Framework that uses 8 real-world dimensions. Things like accuracy, civic safety, readability, all of these things together is what makes a better picture for civic AI information. Now see, this framework did not just come to me in a dream. It was actually put together by a lot of academic work, either from civic education, AI evaluation, or even trustworthy AI we already have in the market. All of this was already available in the academic world like giant pieces of a puzzle, waiting to be put together for election resources. Now, we come to the fun part. This is our AI final exam. I created 40 standardized Georgia election questions to be put in both BallotBuddy and VoterLens. But here's the thing, neither chatbot got any hints or a second chance to re-answer any of these questions. We just took the answer as it is and scored it. Now here's the thing, I didn't want people to think that I scored this chatbot and I like chatbot B more than chatbot A, so that's where the mixed method evaluation comes into play. We first have the mathematics side, where we have 3 trained evaluators scoring each chatbot using our framework on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. We still had the same scaling framework then for our human evaluation, where we had 4 trained election officials scoring each of these chatbots, but they're doing it completely blind. They don't know which one is VoterLens, and they do not know which one is BallotBuddy. Now, drum roll please, the moment you've all been waiting for, the results. Here are the results. We actually see the VoterLens scored a 4.27 out of 5, while BallotBuddy scored a 3.76 in our benchmark evaluation. And our human evaluators, our experts, actually agreed in the same kind of way. I also want to direct your attention to that teal color here on our radar chart. That is VoterLens. VoterLens scored very well in things from accuracy, completeness, and readability. But I don't want to put BallotBuddy completely out of the running. BallotBuddy and VoterLens did very well when it came to civic safety. But not all things are just unicorns and rainbows here. Both chatbots had a little bit of difficulty when it came to source quality. They were sourcing correct government websites, but they weren't showing the accurate pages to go on in case people wanted to recheck their information. So that's really important. We don't want people going to the polls, hey, VoterLens told me this is the information. Well, did you see it on the government website? So that was where that issue came about. Now, one of the key things in this research I want to make, again, very important, we are not trying to crown one AI chatbot better than the other. We're not giving VoterLens, you are the best chatbot for this generation when it comes to voter information. Because in a month from now, either VoterLens or BallotBuddy will come, or ChatGPT or Anthropic will come out with another update that can completely change these scores. But what's so great about the CivicAI framework is that we can retest this once again because we have a solid framework that works to test any ChatGPT, Anthropic, or even Gemini. It can go across any AI LLM. Now, obviously, this version of our research is just step 1, because we only focus on the state of Georgia. We did 2 different AI chatbots, and we had very few election officials taking part in our research. Of course, in further research, we'd like to expand to all 50 US states, do more large language models. Like I said, Gemini is also one of them that we should probably look at, and incorporate more evaluators from different states. I want to make this very important, because our future generations are not going to ask us which AI chatbot should they use. They're going to be asking us, which AI chatbot should they trust? No matter how amazing AI is in our society today, how big, strong, powerful, or how incorporated it is into every part of our society, we still need to make sure that it's safe and it's trustworthy. Now, if you like, you guys can pull out your phones. You can either try a VoterLens or BallotBuddy. It does take a second to load, but please let me know after this presentation if you have any suggestions or if you found it really cool and fun to try out. But thank you so much, and I'm happy to take any and all questions.
That was great. A question over here? There's a mic over there.
I can talk loudly. Great presentation.